Hey, welcome to another episode of Southern Ohio Matters with Gina Collinsworth. Gina is the Public Information Coordinator with the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission, in which she's going to be talking about two great individuals in the Southern Ohio area and showing a clip. So stay tuned. Gina, it's always a pleasure talking with you on Southern Ohio Matters. I know that you are very actively involved with many of the different programs throughout Southern Ohio and in Ohio, and it's just phenomenal, the different things that Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission and you are very actively involved in.
Thank you, Patrick. Great to be with you and great to be with everyone talking about all the positive things happening in Southern Ohio. We talk about the good news and we like to share that out. And as you can see, the phones are ringing off the hook here. There's a lot of activity in Southern Ohio. Community and economic development are what we work on. And today we have a great guest from one of our membership counties, Vinton County. And I'll say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to Terri Fetherolf. How are you, Terri, from Vinton County?
I'm good, Gina. The sun is shining, so we're going to count it as afternoon for my visit.
Okay. You know, when we have this on YouTube, you never know when people will watch it, like myself at 3 a.m. in the morning, you know?
Right.
But we really are glad to have you, Terri, because there was a big announcement last week that really highlighted all the work that's been going on in Vinton County through the Appalachian Regional Commission and their support of a big project. Let's talk about it.
Sure. So having been in economic and community development for just about 20 years at this point, nothing ever comes quickly. So there's a long lead up to that announcement and just an amazing amount of partners that kind of assisted in making this happen. We didn't even have internet in the development department office.
Wow.
When I came to work here 20 years ago, I was like, no, we cannot function professionally without this. And so after we did that, I always stayed aware of different organizations and events that had to do with trying to connect folks. Way back then, it was dial-up. And so at some point in time in the 2010s, I actually met Stu Johnson with Connect Ohio. And he was always asking about Vinton and if we had plans and what we were trying to do. And because Vinton is small, we made, in partnership with Meigs County, an ideal location for Connected Nation to do a survey and then draft an action plan. And they did that back in early 2017, rolled out a plan in May of 2017, and essentially it put in writing what we'd all known from the beginning, and that is there are folks that are unserved. And even the folks here that are served by some form of internet need better, faster service.
Yes.
The geography of Vinton County is definitely a stumbling block. We are hills interspersed with deep valleys and wetlands. A large portion of the county is national forest and a state park. So, you know, you can't run a fiber optic line down a road and pick up 50 people.
Right.
If you're going to run a line down a road, you might pick up 6 houses in a mile. So we were all trying to put on our thinking caps, and Stu introduced me to some gentlemen who run Convergence Broadband. It was a consulting company. And they do telecommunications infrastructure design. And then the third person that kind of joined with Vinton County to make all of the power planning happened was Dave Hannum from New Era Broadband down in Pomeroy. And I'd known him for probably 15 years as well.
Wow.
So the four of us got together and put together, and I'm not going to take credit for it all because a lot of folks carried a lot of the water on this one, put in a planning grant to ARC for power. We're calling it Power Roman numeral 1. And that went in August of 2018. And we only asked for $49,000. And all of that was the outcomes that we were looking for were to, again, analyze the geography of pros and cons that we had about trying to expand access to broadband. We tried to bring some other partners in, some of the bigger telecommunications and internet companies. And unfortunately, I don't think they felt we were big enough for them to really want to play ball. Did an infrastructure analysis and kind of looked at the current status of internet and the future status, and came to a recognition that running fiber is probably not the primary solution for Vinton County. It may work fine in populated areas, but most of those have already been served by the bigger companies.
Right.
And so
that low-hanging fruit, you know.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
So Vinton County isn't easy because of the topography and, you know, the project that you worked on, you mentioned power. So for our viewers out there, the power grants are for those coal impacted communities in Appalachia who are transitioning their economy and transitioning. And you and I both know the economy of the future is based on the internet and Wi-Fi connection, and everything is medicine and schooling, and every project you can think of is impacted by the fact that you needed to beef up your broadband. So I think that planning grant led to what, implementation dollars?
Yes. Yes.
What we're talking about.
The technology people put together, I just kind of was along for the ride. A really great plan suggesting that we install towers that can be used to carry WISP, wireless internet service provider equipment, as well as being available to other telecommunications, possibly law enforcement, which kind of also makes them worthwhile. And that helps bear the cost of them. And we had all of that idea wrapped up by February.
That's great.
And then we couldn't find a match. So one of the partners had a brilliant idea of using the future value of the tower land and lease. So we sought out 3 civic-minded citizens who agreed that they would donate the land and forego expecting payments on it.
Wow.
And so that's where we are right now. That was submitted in the midst of COVID. And I really didn't think we had a great shot at getting it. And so getting a phone call about a month ago asking for some clarification, I was stunned. And I still really didn't believe that it was going to come through. So absolutely over the moon about this. It's really going to require partners again to bring it to fruition because my skill set is not technology. I can use a computer, but don't ask me anything about how broadband bits get from your computer to my computer.
No one needs to know that. It's not essential. Hey, in our last minute, Terri, let's talk quickly about how does this impact your Vinton County residents? What does this mean in their daily life? And just a little bit about the future of Vinton County.
First, we were thrilled to hear that it was coming in, although it may be a bit late to the game, so to speak, to help kids that are doing at-home learning, right? But we calculated that perhaps 400 residents would be able to tap into that access once everything is in place. The towers, 2 of the towers that are identified are also going up in the area where a lot of our tourism businesses are.
Great.
And so that is one of our kind of our secret growth industries here, is our tourism business. So we anticipate that it's going to help those businesses not only run and manage their businesses better, but be able to incentivize for someone coming in to visit who really has to stay connected for some reason. We just think that this is a start, that this can be duplicated other places, which is also one of the things that ARC kept stressing when they talked to us about power, is try to develop something that can be used as a best practice. And we think we got it on this one.
Terri, thank you so much for sharing information about the project. And like you say, you know, we're working together to do what we can for our area. Southern Ohio matters to all of us. It's deep in our heart, and we believe in the area, and the people are the greatest. So we are so glad to see that you have this great recognition from ARC and this wonderful project to expand broadband in Vinton County. Thanks for being with us today.
You're welcome. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Patrick, there are some really exciting things happening in Vinton County around broadband. Isn't that great news? We talk about it a lot.
Oh, I think it is. You know, Southern Ohio, we're a little bit behind, not because of the technology, but because of the infrastructure in getting the internet through to many, many homes.
Absolutely. My next guest is here to talk about community development. I think you might know her.
She is my favorite, Toni Dengel. I've known her all my life.
For all of our viewers out there, Toni Dengel is my next guest, and we are friends. We have both worked in the nonprofit world for a while. Toni, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on here today.
Thank you for having me. Just like you said, I've known you way back when you worked at the counseling center and started to help promote the Scioto Gives program, and you did an amazing job. You would always get the most number of people who have donated. So that was awesome. You did a wonderful job.
Toni, it's so exciting. I get so excited about this program. So you work as the program, let me find my notes, program officer, right?
Right, for marketing at Scioto Foundation.
Yes, in Scioto County. And the Scioto Foundation, just briefly, what do you do?
I do sort of any of the graphics, post stuff on Facebook or, that kind of thing. So if it's, some kind of marketing material, I'm the one that has created it. So I've been there, just celebrated my 15th year.
Wow.
On the 5th of October. So been there a while.
It's amazing. And all the great work that you do and all the money that goes out to the community. When we think about the three-legged stool of philanthropy and government and public-private partnerships, that's everyone working together to push forward what we can in the community, make it better lives for our residents. And one thing you guys have done lately is the Scioto Gives campaign. And as you spoke earlier, I was in on the ground floor with you the first year that started. How many years has it been going strong?
It's been going strong for 7 years. Actually 8, because we started in 2013. So 8 years it's just grown every year. This year, our total amount raised was it's the unofficial total right now is $116,000 in 12 hours that individuals have given to us. I think Teresa said that it was over 150 individual donations. 450 individual donations. So that is just amazing to us that so many people care about so many different organizations in the community and want to give, especially during, this kind of time when a lot of people are, kind of struggling. So we recognize that it's just amazing the amount of love and community outreach that people give to us.
You make a good point, Toni. Why should people make it a priority to be still giving in their community for campaigns like Scioto Gives? Why should they be doing that? The importance of it?
Well, that's a great question. These funds are endowments for each organization, so they're able to use the money, the 4% payout, to help with operating costs, or if they have a new program, they can basically use it also for a rainy day. Some of the nonprofits, they wait to make a disbursement. So it's just something that helps these nonprofits have a longer lifespan where they have that savings for a rainy day. So it's important to raise dollars for today and raise dollars for the future. And when you have a plan and you're out there promoting these kind of endowments, that you're telling people, hey, we want to be here for the future because we know that we're going to have good times and we're going to have bad times. So this is just another way to help those organizations stay solid.
Absolutely. Sustainability.
Yes.
And I think a lot of times we do think day to day and we don't think about, sustainability and for the future. So 40 nonprofits in the Scioto County area participated this year. Is that right?
Right. We had a new one, which was the Friends of Green Lawn. They were the newest organization to join us. We have arts and education, community development, social services, healthcare, just a wide variety of nonprofits in the area, the Scioto County Homeless Shelter, the Counseling Center. We have the Roy Rogers Festival. They're a part of it. It's just the Friends of Portsmouth. There's just so many, and if you want to check out to see who the participating organizations are, you can always go to sciotogives.org. This program this matching day is held on the third Thursday of October of every year. We were excited to give away that our match was going to be $50,000. So, it's going to be a little less than 50 cents on the dollar, but that's a pretty good return on investment when you think about, you might get 40 cents or 45 cents on the dollar. If you give $100, you're also giving another $45 to that organization. So it's just a really awesome day for giving.
It really is. I have to admit, it kind of slipped by me this year, but one thing I noticed was Robert Dafford, who is the world famous muralist that has worked on the Portsmouth murals, which are amazing. They're on Front Street. I saw a video where he was way up high in the, on this building, on the side of a building in New Orleans, painting a giant clarinet and talking about Scioto Gives. And I thought, think about that, Toni. That campaign has reached pretty much all over America. And I think that's one good thing about it. One of many good things. People who don't live in the area anymore can still stay connected to causes they believe in the area and donate that way.
Absolutely. And I believe that we have received, over the course of the 8 years, we have received a donation from every single state, organizations. They send the information out to their friends in California, Alaska, and all over the place. So it's not a surprise to see, donations come all over from the U.S. So it's pretty amazing to have everybody kind of work together and, just to raise that amount of money in that short time frame.
It's amazing. And I think I saw where you're having a reception Thursday, November the 5th in the evening, just to announce the final numbers, and you'll announce who raised the most money and other, just getting everyone together to celebrate the day.
Absolutely. And we're also going to announce our Scioto 365 winner. So, I know that you know about the Scioto 365 program because you're a member. So we thank you for being a member of Scioto 365. With that program, it's kind of a community initiative kind of program where people have a membership fee. It's basically $1 a day where people can pool their money together. And then once a year, we collect grants that fit our theme, and then the members get a vote on which grant that they think is the best. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Everyone involved.
Yeah, that's right. So we're this year's theme was basic needs. So we had 4 grants. One was for a community garden. Another one was, expansion on their, social service kind of building where they would have like a food kitchen and clothing and stuff like that. And then another one was the homeless shelter, putting together care packages for people who, once they leave the homeless shelter, then they might need like essentials like brooms, mops, cleaning supplies and that kind of stuff. And they were trying to make care packages. And then also the Stephen A. Hunter Hope Fund was asking money for food. So there were a lot of
great projects.
grants. Yeah.
So that'll be announced on November the 5th at 6 o'clock at Scioto Foundation. Now, will that be in person or online, or how will you do it this year?
It's going to be online. We take as much caution as we can right now, which is why we were so happy to see that Scioto Gives was such a success. We made sure that there was a safe way to drop off donations for people to drop them off at our location. We installed a little mail slot where people could slip it in and nobody had to really interact with anybody. So we take safety to the highest level, and we want to make sure that our donors are safe and, the staff is safe. So we are going to do it online. Unfortunately, this year, we like to interact with our donors and our nonprofits, but with everything going on, we believe that the safest thing is to do it online. And if you want to join our reception, you're more than welcome to. Just go to our Scioto Foundation Facebook page, and there's an event where it has the details, the meeting number, and the passcode to join. So it will be a short kind of announcement. It won't be, the hour and a half that
Right.
it usually is.
That'll be great, though, because that's one thing at Scioto Foundation, you're so great about bringing people together. And even the event, the Scioto Gives, the 1-day, 12-hour giving window, it's never competitive. It's always more like a collaboration. It seemed like all the nonprofits when I was involved, and I know still, everyone's cheering everyone on because it's all for the community. Thank you so much, Toni, for everything you do, and everyone there at the Scioto Foundation. If you would like more information, sciotofoundation.org is the address to go to find out more about this great organization. Thanks, Toni.
Thank you.
Hey, that was a good interview with Toni Dengel. You have other programs that are coming up. Is that not correct?
That is true. Good news you can use. I love Toni's whole attitude of community involvement and giving back and what she represents with her whole team. I mean, Kim Cutlip, the executive director there at the Scioto Foundation, they do amazing work in the community. So I think that's one thing that we have in common is Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission is always working in the community, Patrick. So before we go here at the end of this show, I have 2 things I wanted to mention and let our viewers know about. They may want to participate. One is we are going to be holding a webinar on Friday, October the 30th at 2 o'clock. More information on OVRDC.org. We always have all of our info there on our website. But this webinar is on the subject of Clean Ohio, sustainability, green space, prevention, and preservation, I should say. So Jacob Taylor here at our office is over the program and helping just as a liaison to facilitate $3.3 million that's available in our district, which is the OVRDC region of 12 counties that we serve, from Claremont County over to Gallia, Highland, Jackson, Vinton, as you know, Ross, Scioto, Brown. I'm losing track of where our counties are, but I can tell you it's all on the website. So the Clean Ohio program is money that's available for preservation of green space, and a lot of park districts will take advantage of that. You can learn more at the webinar Friday, October 30th at 2 o'clock. Just get on the website and get the link, and we will tell you more about that program. The second program is business sustainability loans. Right now, Patrick, I know with your work at the OSU Endeavor Center and the South Center, there are a lot of businesses that connect through you guys, and everyone's looking for some help during these times of downturn. So OVRDC does have a sustainability loan program right now, very low interest, no bank involved, low fee for the application. Small loans between $5,000 and $25,000 businesses can use for day-to-day operations, which is something that, you know, it's usually not easy to get funding for that. So if anybody wants to take advantage of that, also check out ovrdc.org.
Those are excellent programs. We're now coming into our favorite segment, and that is shout outs. And who are you going to be shouting out about today?
Well, let's add something, Patrick. We have to say shouting out and like raise the roof or whatever. Yeah, dance move. We've got that. Okay, so today's shout out, which is my favorite part of the show, is going to Shawnee State University's plastics program, and specifically instructor Adam Skip Miller and students Nathan Deaver, who is a junior in the program, and Adam Blitzke, who is a senior. So I have to tell you their story. It all started with a tweet, but back in March when coronavirus really hit, they saw a tweet about the shortages of PPE. So this wonderful instructor and these two students got together and they said, we need to help our community. So they came up with plastics prototypes for masks and face shields, and they talked to the local hospital, and they really got involved and made this learning experience actually work in the real world. So they ended up getting grant money from Ohio Governor's Office of Appalachia and all of our friends up there, and also the Appalachian Regional Commission supported this project. So now Shawnee State University, they're getting a shout out because they are helping in the community with actually making PPE for the local first responders and medical professionals. Isn't that great?
Oh, that is fantastic.
It's awesome.
The plastics program has been going on for at least 25, 30 years, in which they have made a profound difference in the lives of many students. Gina, it's always a pleasure being involved with your program. It's always a pleasure seeing all the different unique individuals, the different formats that individuals are benefiting from.
Well, big thanks to you, Patrick, and Sarah Swanson for all you do to help us get this good news that you can use out to the public.
We're talking with Gina Collinsworth. Gina is the Public Information Coordinator with the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission. Until next month, I'm Patrick Dengel. See you then.